Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Now today is the overdue first episode of the Tirus show. It was supposed to start last month, but family reasons and sicknesses and stuff, it ended up not being the case. So today is the first episode of the Tirus show, February 2020. Let's get into it. Now to kick things off this month, I'm going to do what I plan to do going forward and start by talking about this month's Games with Gold and PlayStation Plus games. Now for Xbox in the month of February 2020, you get TT Isle of Man, a MotoGP game, racing bikes and stuff. It's not really my thing, but for those of you who are interested, it does look rather good for a racing game. Next up we get Call of Cthulhu, I think I'm saying that right. Fable Heroes, and an original Xbox game, Star Wars Battlefront. Now, I can't help but point out that even last month's Games with Gold was marginally better than this. They seem to be putting all their eggs into the Game Pass basket, and if you're a Game Pass subscriber, then that's great. If you're not, then kind of sucks. But moving on to the PlayStation Plus games for the month of February 2020. You get the BioShock collection, which is fantastic. You get The Sims 4, and as a PS, you get Firewall Zero R. Now I don't know what it means by a PS Plus bonus, but it's an extra game. So there's basically, what, 4 games for PS Now this month, and 2 of them are actually decent. I don't know anything about Firewall. Now, moving on to the next section of the Tirus show, relevant gaming news, anything worth mentioning from the month of January. And aside from Sony's deafening silence, there's sweet FA new to bring up or mention, which is actually quite sad. I wanted there to be something decent to talk about this first episode. Now, not that being said, it is very early in 2020, and normally when it comes to the console stuff, we don't hear anything from either side, but obviously because Xbox has come out and said some things, revealed the trailer of the Series X and stuff like that, then obviously PlayStation fans are demanding to know from Sony about the PS5. But then again, Sony's very traditional in the sense that they're not going to break that tradition for even their fans calling for it. They're going to stick to their guns, they're going to wait, and when they're good and ready to show it, that's probably when we're going to see it. Now, moving on, I would like to give a welcome to all the new guys who are now making content on the channel. We got Jeepers, been here for a while, but everyone's only recently started putting stuff up on the channel. It was discussed and everyone was like, right, you know what, let's go for it. So Jeepers, Stubz, Daz, Xbox Jesus, everyone else involved, welcome. It's going to be great having you here, and let's see where this all goes. Now, another quick little shout out before I ultimately move on to another subject. Stubz Gaming is currently making a podcast series where he talks to content creators, small or large, whoever will talk, and it's on tonight, Saturday the 8th of February, with myself on the show, and there's been 2 previous great episodes. The first one was with our own T Wild, the second one was with our own Zemi Games, and tonight, yeah, it's my turn. So if you're interested in watching, the link will be in the description below. I'm sure Stubbs will put together a playlist of the show, so obviously in future when we mention it, then we can just have the playlists link in the description below. Now moving on, there is a section of the show which I would like to do, and it's basically where I ask you guys, the community watching, a few questions, and then you'll let me know the answers in the comments below, and then the best answers will be featured in the next month's video, where they'll be obviously directly addressed. Now the first question is Sony's silence a sign of them being nervous, or that the PlayStation 5 won't be able to compete, or what do you think? What is your opinion as to Sony's silence? And then the best comments about this obviously will be talked about in the next Tirus Show episode. And the second question is aimed more at the Switch. Now, recently we've had a lot of fantastic ports to the Switch. I mean, myself, recently I bought the wife and the kids a Nintendo Switch, the normal one, not the light one, for Christmas. And I tried one of my favourite games on it because they'd ported it to it, Red Faction Guerrilla. Now that port was cracker, was really well done. I didn't see the handheld struggle in handheld mode, TV mode. It just played perfectly well, and there's a couple of moments where I actually had to go and compare it to the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions of it, because it, in my opinion, there's a couple of parts of it that just look better than it did originally. Now, I wouldn't say it works exactly as well as it does on the PS4 and Xbox One versions, but it's still an incredible thing. Now, the point of this question is, when the next generation starts and the Switch is still Nintendo's current platform, do you think it's going to be more difficult to get ports to go onto the Switch? For example, the Doom Eternal developers are working to bring the game for PS4, Xbox One. Hopefully there'll be some sort of patch for the new generation consoles, but they have had to outsource the Doom Eternal Switch port to another studio. Now, as far as I'm aware, they still have very much hands-on with this. It's still basically their baby, but another studio's doing the brunt of the work. Now, could you see this being the norm going forward, so that obviously the main team gets the absolute best out of the game on given hardware, and then another team works on the port for the Switch? Now, it seems to be working well for them so far. The what game is it? The previous Doom games port to the Switch works well, looks great. There are some differences. The Wolfenstein 2, there is differences that make the game work. I'll link a video in the comments below showing the comparison between the two of them, because I always wondered how they would get such a really graphic intensive game to work on Switch, which, to their credit, they did very well. Now, let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you think there'll be some games that you'll just not see on the Switch, port or otherwise, or do you think going forward with all these new techniques and stuff that they're developing and getting to work on the Switch, will that obviously change that? Now, another little addition to this is that Alien Isolation, arguably one of the best looking horror games that they've brought out in recent years, is getting a Switch port. I'm not sure if it's already out or if it's just getting this port, but I have seen Digital Foundry videos talking about it where it's actually running better on the Switch than it did on PS4 and Xbox One. Now, if these guys are coming off with that, then they obviously have the information and the data at hand to make this claim. So, wow. If this is the sort of ports that we can expect from the Switch, then I'm actually glad I purchased one for the family so I can steal it every now and again. Well, this video is a little shorter than I wanted it to be for this initial episode. It is aimed to be, say, 15 minutes long, some information, and obviously when we have comments to talk about in next month's episode, then it will be longer, and hopefully we will have news to talk about. But until then, thanks for watching. I love seeing all the continued support for BG4G and BG4G Respawned. We love you guys. Please, if you enjoyed this video at any point, hit the thumbs up button. If you know anybody that's interested in videos like this, give it a share. And again, thanks for taking the time out of your day to watch this video.